In my pot, I have about 6 cups of water. This recipe is really forgiving. If you want to do it for iced coffee, I do 4 cups of water. That way I can still put some ice in there without watering it down. I'm going to put in 4 cinnamon sticks. I buy the Padilla brand, and I find this in like the Mexican aisle. These are way more affordable than what you find over in the spice aisle. I think I paid $7 for this full bag. So, much more affordable. Okay. And put 4. Again, if you like more cinnamon, you can go more than that. And I'm going to put in 4 to 6 cloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For sweetener, you're going to use dark brown sugar. You can use, if you have a good Mexican market, look for something called panela. And it's probably either going to be in a cone shaped or in a flat disc. It's, when you cut into it, it cuts apart really easily. But it looks really solid. It's not so difficult. And so that's kind of what's traditionally used. We're in the middle of the current quarantine, so I don't have it. We ran out, but so I'm just going to use dark brown sugar instead. Now, while that's waiting to come to a boil, I wanted to show you the book that this came from. It's called Eat Mexico, and the author is a journalist who goes to Mexico and photographs and gets recipes from the markets and streets. And this was the original recipe. These beautiful mugs served in. But this is where the original recipe came from. Let's check if the sugar has dissolved. Well, looks like it has. Okay, excellent. We're ready to put in the cinnamon. Or not cinnamon, the coffee. Now, you have a couple options when you're doing this. The recipe says just to put in your 6 tablespoons. But then you have to strain it, which is a bit of a pain. You can strain it through cheesecloth. I am using these, I discovered these coffee bags, and yes, mine's all stained, last summer for iced coffee. So that's what I am using. The other option that I've tried is to put a couple coffee filters through a strainer and do it, but it's really slow. So your choice whether to do it or not. If I weren't going to use the coffee bags, I would use cheesecloth if you have it. If you don't have it, and you have coffee filters, use the coffee filters. It's not that big of a deal. So you're going to put this in and bring it to a boil. The only thing about the coffee bag is that you can't get it submerged. So I take a little plate that fits in the bowl and drop it in. While we're waiting for this to come to a boil, the coffee you can use anything. It recommends a dark Mexican coffee if you can find it. Again, we're under quarantine, so I'm using what I have. We have used both like a coffee that comes from Mexico and various other ones. This time I'm honestly just using something that came from IKEA. That's what I got as a gift. But use whatever. This recipe is so forgiving that if you don't have the right ingredients, the exact ingredients, it's fine. Adapt. And on that note, if you don't have whole cloves or cinnamon sticks, you can absolutely use ground cinnamon and ground cloves instead. Another variation I've seen is that once you have this cooked and strained, to add in a half cup of chocolate. I'm not a big chocolate person, so that didn't sound good to me, but my daughter thinks that sounds good. Another variation is to add in an orange peel. And that's what I'm going to do, because I did like this. It doesn't, I don't think it tastes orangey at all, really. It's just a bit of a brighter taste to it. We like it both ways. So, again, if you want to try it with an orange, fine. If you don't have an orange, don't worry about it. After this comes to a boil for 3 minutes, I'm going to just turn off the heat and you're gonna leave it for about 10 minutes. Again, this recipe is so adaptable. If you boil it for 2 minutes and let it sit for 15, fine. Boil it for 4 minutes and let it sit for 10, fine. It is really one of the things I like about it. As you saw, I didn't even measure the water anymore. I know I've made this enough times now that I know about how high it needs to go, and that's fine. So I'm gonna let this boil for about 1 more minute, and then I will turn it off, and I'll be back when it's done.